My babe. My babe. You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
Yeah. I've got this feeling that I get to you, and I'm.
Welcome back to the Life of Sky with I Ntsei-Sky supply this content, aka Petty Cash and Petty Money, Petty Cash. And I'm back. It's a new week, it's a new upload, it's a new thing. All the fly friends are chilling and we're all up, right? This week we're gonna talk about, obviously, Real Housewives of Cape Town. Come on now, like what you thought this was. We're gonna sit here and unpack. We're gonna critically analyze this season and more especially the reunion. So without wasting any more time, like, comment, subscribe, guys. We're almost on 12,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can bump it up to 15. You guys also know that I've been consistent, so please do share this video. Please comment in the comment section what your takes are about these people, because yay. First things first, I don't like the host. I don't know what it is about him, man. Like, I don't know who he is. Apparently he's some old presenter from back in the day. Not to be snugs, but they should have kept him back in the day, because I don't feel like I enjoyed his manner of hosting this reunion. Nothing much was resolved, man. Like, I feel like maybe this is a theme with reunions or what, I don't know, nah. But like, I feel like, is it these TV productions or just the hosts that don't handle it in a way that I feel like, especially the South African reunion, the only reunion in South Africa that I feel like, yeah, here they addressed things. Real Housewives of Johannesburg, that is the only franchise that I feel like, yeah, at the reunion, yeah, they unpacked and they dealt with it. Durban, Cape Town, it's not enough for my liking, you know what I mean? But anyways, let's just not dwell. Shop gear, the girls in the box are there, they're looking pretty, everybody's looking fly. I don't like how they did my girl Rush. That dress was, I don't think it flattered her as much as I think it should. So that's just the only critique I have, but everybody looked the bomb.com. Lou was very emotional. Like, one thing I've realized, especially I'll mostly be focusing on the reunion, guys, because obviously I would like to think we also, if you're watching this video, surely you've seen the whole season. So Lou is very emotional. They started by addressing Rush's pregnancy. She didn't rock up for the baby shower, ini. And then they're talking to Lou about it, because obviously Rush is like, I saw how everybody was taking my pregnancy. Everybody thought I was lying. And now Lou's emotional. But don't say everybody. That everybody what is like, my babe. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. Even during the season, I feel like a lot of the issues Lou had were kind of baseless. Like, you know when someone has a problem with you, but it's really like, dude, what's your problem? I feel like she was just looking for a reason to have problems with people, and 9 times out of 10 these issues would just make her look even more weird or more desperate to have a storyline, which I feel like she's too pretty for that, man. Even when she was addressing the whole thing with Rush, like, she was so emotional, she was teary, and it's like, maybe it's me, I don't get people that are like overly emotional. There's nothing wrong with being emotional, but it's like, I don't know why you're crying. You're not the one that was pregnant. You're not the one that got, like, I don't know, man. Like, you don't have to be teary-eyed about this, because she just said everybody, and really was everybody. Like, the stuff that Tato said was really harsh, and I obviously don't condone a lot of the stuff that she said. But I kind of feel like Bev, my babe, Bev starts stuff, and then when people end it, she always has an issue, you know what I mean? Like, she'll be fighting there with Tato, throwing jabs, being condescending. And the thing that I don't like about Bev, Loveline, and Camilla is that all 3 of these ladies are very passive-aggressive. Like, they're very, especially Bev and Camilla, they have these very snarky, sneaky little comments, that sideways comments that they make. And then when someone is like, what were you saying? Say it with your chest. And it's like, I don't like how she likes conflict. And it's like, no, you like being sideways on the low, and then you get shocked when people are trying to square up on you. Like, what is it, my babe? Like, let's actually deep that. And the thing that really, like, I feel like one thing that never prepared me watching this whole season, Camilla was actually my favorite housewife. I was rooting for her. Very cool, calm and collected. Very she's the EI, the emotional intelligence is there. She's very wise, And then as the episodes kept going, she just became more and more weirder, and these little microaggressions started coming up that really I couldn't keep on defending her. She was giving very typical white woman. We just have to take it there. And I feel the look on Camilla's face when Tato said that she was racist, she was though. Why would you just assume that? Why would you just assume that Tato is not a winemaker? And I feel like she has too much time on her hands. If someone came to me and said that they're an engineer, even if how they move doesn't really look like they're an engineer for real, bro, I would never go out of my way, go to UJ and see if they're really an engineer or not. I feel that's a bit weird. So the fact that Camilla did that and tried to prove that there's a difference between being a winemaker and bro, the black woman is just trying to be up. Okay, she just came out of an abusive relationship. She's just trying to get her life together. Why is it so deep for you? I don't know. I can't defend her. Coming to Rooksy. Rooksy, I feel Rooksy doesn't get a fair chance to fight because I can see she's a girl that likes to tussle. Okay? She likes a good little confrontation, and I like that. One thing I really like about Rooksy, she's real. She's confrontational. She says she gets her facts straight, and I really like that about her. And the thing about Rooksy is that she will stand on the truth, whether or not you're her friend. You can see that even when she's friends with Tato, she's able to call Tato out when she's wrong, when to correct her. Unlike Bev, I feel when Bev was friends with Tato, she would just Bev, I feel the friendship, they had a good friendship, but also it just had a sense of fakeness to it, because even if Tato would be rude or she'd be doing bad things, Bev wouldn't really call Tato out and try correct her. But in the diary session, she'll be oh my gosh, Tato is so weird. I don't know why she does that. And it's bro, that's your friend. I feel if two people are friends and the one friend is just moving mad and you're in confessionals I don't know why she does that. She's so silly. I'm side-eyeing you. I'm side-eyeing you. I feel there's certain things where you can see someone is really hee ha, but you just judge your friend on the low like that, and you don't really correct your friend. You just let people critique her anyhow without talking to her properly. And I don't think I like that about Babe. Unlike with Rooksy, Rooksy's very real with it, and I like, and she was right. The people in this, and the one thing I like about Rooksy, she says things that are facts that the other ladies will never ever admit to. The ladies in that group definitely don't want a friendship between Bev and Tato. Okay, let's get to this issue about Tato and Rooksy at Camilla's house. This is just one of those cases where I feel some people were more wrong than the other. I feel in regards to, oh, by the way, I'm Team Tato and Rooksy, especially now after the reunion. Very much Team Tato and Team Rooksy. Sharp. They're at the house. Obviously, Camilla doesn't want people going into her house after, she saw weird stuff happening, which is totally understandable. I get that. Shapo, there's a lot of mystery around Camilla's house, and then while they're standing around the pool admiring the house, you can see in the clip that Rooksy was genuinely admiring Camilla's house. There was no way where she was okay, this is weird. They get into the living room, sitting room, whatever, and she's wow, these are antiques. This is cute. And then while in the midst of all of that, she's oh, I need to pee. Where's the bathroom? She goes to the bathroom. So it's one, maybe Rooksy should have asked for permission to use the toilet. That would have probably put Camilla at ease. But even when you're looking at the clip, they were not doing anything harmful. Everything was very harmless. Oh, this house is nice, cool, sharp. I just need to use the toilet. On the other hand, Bev went and saged Camilla's house. Personally, I feel Camilla was not angry enough for my liking in that situation. Guys, I watched that episode and I was so livid. Guys, if anybody came to my house and burnt sage, especially as an African, you're gonna come to my house, snoop around my yard and burn things. I actually don't know what I would do to you. We'd actually have to throw hands. I would actually have to fetch your child. Like, I would have to go low, because I think that's pure disrespect. Because Camilla, 1, that's not your house. 2, you don't have to be there if you think it's weird. 3, just going to sage someone. And you know the thing, Bev is someone that's very overprotective, very little miss put together. If someone went to her space and saged, she was always gonna use it against you. It was gonna be a grudge. It was gonna be that thing, that dark energy. You're saging it into my house, guys. Oh, Asanda, it's sometimes it's very important to spiritualize everything. Hey, oh, Bashata, the devil is moving. He's moving amongst us, using you as a vessel. What would your mother say if she saw you saging people's houses? Like, guys, I feel like this is why I said stigma needs to come back, bro, because we're not being ashamed anymore. We're moving. However, you're sitting on one couch with 2 of your friends that bought holy oil and saged your house. They called your house scary, like it's haunted, and it gives them creeps. Those are the people that you're standing up for. Get out of here. So while Rooksy is having this little back and forth with Camille about the whole house situation, I don't know, like, Tato was so random for this. You're a prostitute. You're a escort. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're ruining it. Like, why did you have to? And you know, the thing that also gets me about that whole exchange is the fact that earlier on, they had mended things. Oh, Tato, I'm so sorry. Oh, Bev, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I love her. There is a chance at our friendship coming back together. You're an escort. I feel like Tato shouldn't have done that, bro. Like, they were getting somewhere. And she just ruined it all. I just feel like sometimes Tato is just her own enemy, you know? She is her own enemy, and she sets herself up sometimes. I feel like the comment about Bev's daughter, I don't think that was appropriate. Like the other thing that makes me side-eye Tato is the fact that I feel like she's that friend that you don't tell your secrets to. Because if things are to hit the fan tomorrow, she's going to go spreading your secrets. And even if she doesn't spread them out of like a malicious... If one of her friends is asking about Rooksy, for instance, like, she could be that person that's like, oh, Rooksy this, and just tell people stuff about Rooksy that they actually have no business knowing. So that's just the one thing that makes me very wary about Tato, that she can't articulate herself the best way that she would if she just spoke in her native language. I feel like Tato and Loveline, actually, they're 2 people that, bro, just stick to the motherland. Stick to the motherland. Because also, like, Loveline doesn't get enough smack, but she also just be talking funny just a little, just not too much. Not too fucking much. Resorting, like, Tato ends up resorting to like derogatory language, and it doesn't always look good on her, and it just makes her look like she's crazy. So someone needs to give her like a young English class or a young speech class, something, because you know, when she gets that class, guys, I'm telling you, she's gonna be unstoppable. Because one thing about her, she be stating the facts. And you know, it's a funny thing, I'm not gonna lie, on the other hand, when she was bringing up the fact that Bev's daughter is doing drugs and ini, one of the first thing Bev said is like, oh yeah, I stay in Cape Town, but I'm not one of the worst. My skeletons are like not the worst in Cape Town. Your daughter doing drugs and sleeping with your ex-husband? Especially when you be coming for people, dog. I don't know. And I feel like using drugs against someone is it's a bit weird, especially when it's a child. So I feel like Tato should have just left that one of the family. She should have just left it out, bro. The conversation about gender-based violence, that lady does not get enough smack for my liking. She didn't handle that situation well. It was there in black and white that she was genuinely blaming Tato. Yeah, just someone like Tato's personality, just shut up. Because that's exactly what abusers want y'all to think. You see, Tato has a very weird personality. She's very You don't do that. And you know, when she reasons things, I literally was in an abusive relationship. I have 3 daughters. Do you really think I can sit here and condone gender-based violence? Bro, is possible. Guys, people keep forgetting that 2 things can be true. You do have daughters. That's the truth. You can also condone gender-based violence. Even if you have daughters, you can come from an abusive relationship and still blame other people for being victims of gender-based violence. Like, you haven't said anything. Like, that's giving, I'm not racist, I have white friends. I'm not an apologist, I have daughters. You didn't say anything, my babe. You didn't break the ground like you thought you did, my babe. That's very disgusting. The girls and the Bucks are very disappointed. She blatantly denied what was on camera. No, the thing is that I wasn't there. I didn't hear any story, bro. Even if you didn't hear any story, if I meet you today and you hear that there's some hymns about me being in an abusive relationship, you don't have to assume the worst, that I'm literally forcing someone to be giving me hands. The crime stats are too high for you to be thinking that I am possibly inflicting this gender-based violence onto myself. And you know, the other, like, one thing that really irritates me about Loveline, she's a very much running under the carpet kind of person. Very passive-aggressive, very much vague. She likes throwing around vague things and then, like, not backing them up. The whole thing with the wine. When Tato was hosting her little wine tingy ting, she arrived there. Tato offered her the wine, everything. Oh, it tastes like a sweet aid. Actually, sweet aid is even better. Bro, you knew what you were doing when you were saying comments like that. You knew that you were taunting her wine. Yeah, it tastes like a pop sack. Babes, you know exactly what you meant. You knew what that statement was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a young jab. And guys, you know there's nothing wrong with pop sack. Well, you didn't say it in that manner. You said it in a very malicious manner. In that little scene, it was used maliciously. So you can't, guys, even I used to drink pop sack. Like, bro, the reasoning. And you know the other thing that doesn't sit well with me, the fact that Loveline, in this whole big argument, she brought up Tato's relationship first. And that's also how I know that she genuinely believes that Tato is the cause of her own gender-based violence. When they were having that little chat at the table earlier on in the season, she said that Tato probably brings this gender-based violence to herself. Later on in the season, when she's fighting with Tato at that wine thing, she brings up her relationship again. You can see that she clearly doesn't believe Tato is a victim of gender-based violence. Like, you bring up my relationship first, and then when I come back to you saying that your man is moving mad in the streets, I'm wrong. I feel like that's one thing that, guys, no, we didn't look back and critically analyze the videos enough. Loveline came for her relationship first, and Tato just returned the favor. And the thing about Tato is that when she ends it, it's not gonna be nice. So, like, that's my chat. I just feel like people are just having a lot of double standards. Like, I also really do sympathize with Bev and all that stuff, because she is genuinely going through a lot for, like, one divorced lady. The stuff that happened with Camilla, you went and you saged someone's house, and then tomorrow when they come back telling you files about your husband taking out a hit on the ex-wife, you're gonna want us to sympathize with you, but you were also acting very weird, my babe. My babe. Can you see? Like, sometimes you just bring it on. You sometimes, ne? Whenever you have bad things happening, just wonder if maybe did I. That was season 1, Real Housewives of Cape Town reunion and recap. Comment what you guys think. Do you guys think Tato was being a little too harsh? Do you think my gal Bev didn't deserve the smoke? Do you think that, you know, Bev and Tato will ever get back together? Find out next on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
All he wanna do is gas me. How we end up in the back.